Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of my brothers and sisters of African descent. My name is Crystal, and I am coming to you today because I have a message of reconciliation and a message of encouragement. As a beautiful people with various hues of melanated skin, we are all lovely and wonderful and unique in our own way. God created us beautifully in his own image and likeness. We are all connected across the African diaspora. Some of our ancestors were enslaved and forcefully brought on ships to the Americas, North, Central, and South America, Europe, as well as other places. And others of us willingly migrated to the United States as well as other countries to come here for a better life. While there are still people of our descent who are still on the continent of Africa, it has been long overdue that we put aside our differences and work together by asking questions, tough questions, when we do not understand something, instead of us tearing each other down. What unites us is far greater than what separates us. In order for us to unite, we must first acknowledge each other's humanity. We must understand that we all have different experiences. Instead of looking at each other as being an outsider because we don't speak or think exactly the same way. We all have been under the attack from the divisive spirit of white supremacy. We've been under that spirit for so long that we look at each other through the eyes and lenses of superiority and inferiority, and with the mindset of dividing and conquering. As I study history, the white supremacy ideology has played a huge role in shaping culture, as it still does today, especially here in the United States. We, as a people of African descent, need to wake up and be vigilant of the attacks that seek to continue to drive us apart. No matter our life experiences, we were blessed and created to rise above the things that seek to divide us and destroy us. Here are a few examples that I have that show that we are all under the same attack. Haitian, Haitian immigrants that were at the Texas border, they were being whipped and driven away. Another example, African students in Ukraine were being forced to stay in Ukraine during the destruction, while white Ukrainians were allowed to leave. A Jamaican guy went on a trip here in the United States with white coworkers and came up dead. He was shot 9 times and nothing has been done about it. Number 4, racism that continues in the United States through poverty, systemic structural racism that can be found in education, healthcare, police brutality. Also, of course, with individual racism, where microaggressions happen. Some people seem to be nice on the outside, but nice racism does happen. And there are people who have explicit bias, implicit bias, on top of us dealing with overt racism. Even politicized attacks on the first Black woman to be nominated and just confirmed today to the United States Supreme Court, which is the highest court in the land. And the list goes on and on. Of course, we deal with the economic injustices, environmental injustices. Let me say this. I am a proud woman of African descent. To all of my beautiful people of African descent, you are loved more than you will ever know. As I remember a particular speech from Malcolm X, some of you may or may not know who he is. He had a particular speech, and the name of that speech is, "Who Taught You to Hate Yourself?" My encouragement, let's go from tearing each other down to lifting one another up. We were called to be each other's brothers and sisters keeper. Let us also remember that a house divided against itself cannot stand. And this is coming from a scripture in the Bible. Let's unite and stand in solidarity for truth, for justice, for peace, and for love. Last but not least, let us learn and know the truth of each other's history instead of caving into the misrepresentation of truth, so we can learn to build and have effective conflict resolution amongst ourselves. I love you all, and it doesn't matter what country in Africa you are from. It doesn't matter if you're from Nigeria. It doesn't matter if you're from Ghana. It doesn't matter if you're from Liberia. It doesn't matter if you're from South Africa. It doesn't matter if you're from Jamaica. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. I am proud to be considered a woman of African descent, and I am proud of all of my brothers and sisters. Let's unite. Let's stand in solidarity with one another. It's important. I love you all, and I hope that each of you were encouraged by this message. Stay encouraged and stay safe. I love you all.